Hello, this is Steve from Beaute's Leatherworks, and today's project is this very beautiful Alden Indy boot. Yes, it is brand new. What are we going to do to it? Well, we're going to replace the welt. This is a 270-degree welt is what it's called. It starts from the heel here, goes to the toe, and stops right there. These are my boots. This is what these used to look like, okay? Over 8 years ago. I wear mine just about every day. Now I did the same thing on these. I replaced the welt with a 360 welt, which goes all the way around the back of the heel. Gives it a little bit wider stance in the back shape of the heel. And we're going to do a similar, well, these are dirty. We're going to do a similar job. We're going to do leather soles with commando soles on top and matching heels. Not much to do on the uppers, just basically just kind of condition them up. Obviously they're still brand new. Guy hasn't worn them yet. And now Alden doesn't offer this in the Indy boot. They do have some other styles that they do offer the 360 welt, but not on the Alden Indy boots. So the customer wants basically to change the look of the boot, okay? It just kind of gives it a little bit more of a refined look, I think. It just kind of continues all the way around. This job was close to $600. And once it gets done, I think it's going to alter the look of it, and it's going to be what the customer wants. All right, let's get started. Well, once again, I beat the birds to come to work. Yeah, I like to get an early start. I know it's a shame to tear apart a brand new boot, but hey, customer wants it. We're going to do it. Again, my disappointment with fiberboard heels on these Indies. We're gonna put leather heel bases. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. This is the cork rubber sole. It's a rubber, but it's got cork pieces inside. You see the little dots? It's all cork. It's kind of cool. Don't like it. Now they do have a nice beefy shank, which is awesome. I keep hitting the camera because it's so close. I mean, solid construction. Very solid. Leather footbed. Cork filled. And underneath the cork there's another canvas piece. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I'll take it apart. I'll let you know what it looks like. All right, let's continue. All right, so let me show you guys. This is another pair of Aldens. Now, this is called the gemming that we explained to you. I've explained to you guys in the past that it's glued to the footbed and it's kind of secured in there so it holds everything together. Now, sometimes these do come loose. okay? When that comes loose, it could alter the change of the size on the inside. So what Alden did was put another piece of canvas on top of that gamming piece and the footbed and stitched it all together. So basically this piece is bridging these two pieces together so it doesn't move even if the gamming does come loose years and years and years of use down the road, which is kind of cool, I think. Now, Alan Edmonds used to do that in the waist section here many years ago, but no longer. Alan Edmonds doesn't do stuff like that anymore. That's too bad. Now let me see if I can pull this welt off. Sometimes it comes off real easily. Sometimes it's a pain in the you-know-what. It's a chain stitch is what it's called. And at times it comes off very easily. And at times when I'm recording, it won't. Alright, let me see if I can keep going here. Not bad. There we go. That's what I want here. Like the shoes farting. Oh, we can't be 10 years old and talk about farts. These guys are too serious, man. Light up. Yeah, you guys remember when you were kids, that young, when you tooted. I don't know about you, but I still remember. Well, hell, I still do sometimes. Well, you sure don't have to be a kid, I can tell you that, to be tooting. Yeah, I know. Shoe repair video talking about, you know what. All right, I think we're going to continue on that note. Let's continue. Now this is where the gamming stops. This is the gamming here for a 270-degree welt, because the welt comes and gets stitched onto the gamming and the uppers together, and the back part of the heel is just folded down like that, nailed, and then you put, this is a heel rand, this piece right here. It's a small piece of, well, it should be leather, but this is fiberboard. It gets put on top, and then the midsole comes and gives it a nice finished look. Now basically what we're going to do, we're going to take that apart some more and continue the gamming all the way around so we have something to sew onto when we put the new welt on. All right, let's get. All right, so we've got the gamming on the other boot. Basically, gamming is a piece of fabric. It comes in rolls. There is a fiberboard in between them. Now you can make these out of your own. You don't have to get them, you know. But these are kind of cool. They're kind of set up like that. See, it goes in like that and give it a nice curve and cool. That's what the gamming is. And I overlapped it here about 1/2 an inch. The old to the new. We're going to put a piece of fabric canvas on the bottom, just like the manufacturer did, and we're going to start stitching the welt on. All right, let's continue. This is a canvas piece. Basically it's a remnant that I've bought over the years at fabric shops. I mean, it comes in, comes in rolls. You guys can see that. any sort of a canvas, heavy canvas would work. Doesn't have to have a pattern or anything like that. It just needs to be has a little body on it. That's about it. You want it to act as structural support, not for visual looks. I think it's a cool feature that Alden does. We're just going to improve on it just a little bit. Well, improve the looks anyway. Cool. And there she be. All right, let's continue. Now there's lots of welt styles out there, okay? This is called the split welt because basically what they do, they slice that and they split it like that. And this is the vertical piece that hugs the uppers of the shoes. Which it had a storm welt on. Storm welt's a little different. Here, I'll show you. Now, this is not a stitch on storm welt. This is basically a glued on storm welt for some jobs that aren't required to have stitching, outsole stitching. If you see that little round pattern right there? Well, this is different than the split welt. Okay, we're going to use this on the boots. This is a cool welt too. It's just a different style of welt. Storm welt, split welt. This is another type for glue-on jobs. Okay, it's just a little leather piece. Most manufacturers will not use leather. Well, not all of them. Like this pair of Ferragamos here, it did not have a leather welt. It had a fiberboard welt. Can't really tell when it's all finished. We are replacing this one with a glue-on welt. Okay, now that comes in different colors also, different sizes. This one is the brown version, the glue-on. It's a little lighter color. And also this one here is a glue-on welt with a stitch on there. So when the job is done, it looks like it's stitched on there rather than just glued. These are the regular welts. Basically, these are called the flat welts. Okay, these are for stitched on welts. These will get, this particular one will get a regular welt, and this one will get a split welt on this one also. This is a pair of Aldens also, shell cord of Aldens. This got the regular welt. This is this welt right there. We dyed it a little bit to darken it up. Okay, so as you can see, there's lots of options that you can choose whenever you're doing your shoes. But on this particular one, we're going to do a split welt, and we're going to leave the color a little bit. We're going to tint this a little bit, and we're going to have white stitches on the welt itself. All right, let's continue. Okay. We are stitching the welt on. When it gets done, it'll look just like that. Just like that. Nice, huh? All right, well, wait. Let's do some hammering. It's hammer time. Oh, wait, I gotta show this off. It's hammer time. If you guys want some of these shirts, I feel like buckling that back on. If you all want some of that shirt, some merchandise, you can check out, I think it's under my store. Nice beefy shank. Cork to fill in that void. Man, this is coming along good. Cool. Wow, what a beautiful boot. It's a beautiful boot. It's going to last the guy for many, many years to come. All right, let's continue. This is our midsole. Man, this sucker's stiff. Got the fabric there. It's like an anti-squeaking fabric. If something comes loose, that'll prevent it from squeaking. It's hammer time. This is a size 11, but man, it sure does look like it's a size 15. It's a big foot. All right, let's continue. Voila! All right, so now we get to build a heel base, okay? If you see how this part right here is a little bit thicker because it gives it that curved inside part of the heel, because the heel is now flat. If you put a flat heel on, it's not going to sit right. It's going to seesaw back and forth. Now, these are called Thomas heels, also called orthopedic heels. See this curve right here? Most of the heels you see are your regular, either curved a little bit or straight across. Now this one, I can't put this on there, but it'll, here, let me put that on the other, there. The inside where the arch is of the foot is longer, because it gives support right there at this angle. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to took two layers of leather, and we're going to make that into a heel base. We're going to take a third piece, which is a little bit thinner. We're going to put it on here like that. Okay, and then when we sand this, it'll give it a little bit of a curve look to it and match the shape of the heel on the boot. All right, let's continue. Now this is what we call mini lugs or commando soles. Some people prefer to call it. Now we can simply draw the line, sand it, glue it on. Well, I don't like simple things. So what we're going to do, we're going to curve this shank area to kind of mimic the heel shape. Okay, so we're going to score a line. Just like that. And we're going to take our knife. I hope it's sharp. We're going to score that. It's pretty dull. Yeah, I know you guys are waiting for me to sharpen it. It's here somewhere. I can't find it. It's okay. All right, let me get a close-up for this so you guys can see what I'm doing. Boy, this is duller than the other side. All right, now we sand the rest here. We'll sand this one a little bit too, and that'll come in perfectly. All right, let's continue. All righty then. Everything lines up. Beautiful. Hammer time. Not too bad. Let's get those in the little creased areas there. Beautiful, man, beautiful. Man, this is gonna be a solid boot. Wow. Maybe better than mine. Maybe better than mine. Well, not really. Just removing some of the excess glue. It's a little bit of gap there. We can fix that. Hey, I keep banging it. Okay, you know what? Very professional of me. Hey man, you keep banging the hammer. Banging the camera. Yeah, okay. What's your point? Just checking to see if you guys are paying attention. I'm gonna give you a thumbs down just because you hit the camera, man. What's wrong with you? Okay. Wow, this is like a beefy boot now. Look at that. Wow. Where are you? Wow. It'll be a nice time trying to stitch this sucker. Alright, so this is Rapid E model, and this is the Cadillac of all outsole stitchers. But unfortunately, this Cadillac and I sometimes don't get along, so this is going to be a nerve-wracking stitching because this can make or break the job. So, alright, I'm going to hold my breath. Alright, here goes nothing. I don't want to look. It looks good from here. Oh, thank God. Oof. Man. If I would have messed up the welt, then I would have had to start the job all over again. Whew. What a relief. All right, let's continue. So if you guys have any questions that you want to ask me, you can basically come to my Beaute's main page right here on YouTube and About. And all the information is there at shop number, phone number, email address. You can get in touch with me that way. Also, if you want some merchandise, go to the store and see whatever you like to put an order in. We appreciate the business. All right, welcome back. We're done with another project. Now these are like, they're built like tanks now. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm very happy with them. Now I trimmed the edges here because Alden offers the commando soles very similar to this. It's their own commando soles, but I'm sure it's available half sole somewhere. But this way, I kind of like it this way because I can adjust the width of the edge right here. When I can trim that, it'll match that shape exactly. With the Alden soles, they're not true to size actually. They're a little bit smaller, wider here, narrower there. It's not 100% match exactly to the edges, but I mean it's a good sole. It's not too bad. All right, and just clean and condition the uppers. I stitched the tongue right here, one side of the tongue, because these are notorious for kind of drifting to the left or right of the foot. Now, when you stitch one side of it, it usually stays put in the middle when you put it on. All right, thank you again for joining me. I appreciate it. And you guys comment, click like, share the video, give me thumbs up, and we'll see you guys again on the next project. Take care.